Hello guys, my name is Edgar J. This is Edgar JTV. Welcome back to a new episode of Edgar JTV. Today we're going to be talking about f-stops. And here's Alex to help us as a model. How you doing, Alex? And today, like I told you, we're going to be learning f-stops. So the camera that you're using doesn't matter. I'm using the D300 today. That's not important. The lens that you use is not important either. And this one is a 55 millimeter 1.8. I picked this out of my bag because it's the lens that I have that goes lower in f-stops, and that's going to help me show you the difference between 1.8 and f/22 and what happens to the background. F-stops do two things. One of the things to do is bring more light inside the camera so the sensor can get more light. If you're working in a dark area, that's one of the things that's going to help you have more light in your sensor. But today we're not doing that. Today we are actually photographing Alex and see how the background get out of focus when we are photographing her. So we're going to have different depth of field, going to go more and less depth of field as we do this. So that's actually where we are working on it today, and the ISO that you use doesn't matter either. My camera today is set up to aperture priority, which it means that I decide which f-stop the camera is going to photograph, but the camera decide which shutter speed she's going to photograph, and that way it compensates everything. In the future, I'm going to teach you, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be teaching you what to do with your shutter speed, what to do with your ISO, and how to put these three things together, because are the three things that define how you take a good or bad photo. So we're going to start right now with Alex, shooting at 1.8, okay? So we got Alex right here, and I'm shooting really close to Alex. Actually, right here, I'm going to do this. And perfect. One thing with 1.8 you have to be careful, it's between one eye and the other, it's going to be a different. So I'm going to show you this when you see the images, okay? I'm sorry, that wasn't 1 point, that was 3.2, so let's go start again. We're going to go right here, this is 1.8, and then we're going to go to 2, actually. It's a full stop right here between 2.8. It's the next full stop. And if you wanted to know what's a full stop and half stop and see the rule, you go to Edgar JTV. I'm going to have in the show notes every there from 1.4 all the way to f/22, so you know you can see the full stops, half stop, and 1/3 stop, okay? Right now f4, it's important to know if you got a camera, like if you buy a kit, it comes with a lens, f4, it's a lens that normally is an f-stop that most of the lenses come with you buy a kit. If you have a little bit more expensive lens, then you can go 2.8 and even under, okay? So we're going to go right here. We're going to go 5. We're going to go 5.6. 5.6 is one of my favorite f-stop, and I'm going to explain you later that. We go here f8, and we're going to go f11, and then we're going to go f14. We're going to go f16. I'm going to go 22 all the way from 16. But my camera is going really, really slow, so this image might not be too sharp because the image is going really well. Let me go and change my ISO because it's kind of getting dark out here. So I'm going to go 1600 ISO just because it's going dark and the camera is going too slow for f/22 for me to hold in my hands. But that's not important today. Thank you, Alice. That's not important today because right now, one of those last images, since I was photographing f/22, the camera was going really, really slow because it needs to compensate and bring more light into the sensor. So it was shaky. So that's one thing I'm going to teach you later, what happens when the shutter speed goes too slow and you holding your camera. What's the situation there? I don't want to confuse you in this episode. I want you to practice this at home and grab your camera and photograph anything. And I know if I would get a little bit away from Alex, it would be different. And all this are different things that can change the sharp or not sharp on your background and your depth of field. But right now I did all those images I don't know, maybe it was 3 feet away from Alex, and that gives you an idea. This is really important for you to practice when you if you're photographing more than one person. 1.8 is not a good idea because how you're going to see in the shot between one eye and the other, it's different. and so you have to be really careful. I mentioned 5.6 is one of my favorite f-stops. My favorite of all is 2.8 when I'm photographing like high school seniors, brides, and individuals. But when I'm photographing maybe 2 persons and on, 5.6 is my favorite. 5.6, I'm protected that everything's gonna be sharp, and like if the girl is on the grass and I want to get both shoulders sharp and her face perfectly sharp, 5.6 is my favorite f-stop. That's personal. You will learn which is your favorite f-stop for everything that you do, and that's what we do in this practice. I want to ask you this week to start practicing and write down which f-stop do you use in each shot. Right now it's not ready in the website, but I'm gonna go ahead and have a forum in the website where you can upload those photos and tell everybody how do you do it, and we're gonna grow together right there. It's not ready, so don't go right now, don't run right now. It's gonna be like in 30 days, that forum is gonna be ready, but you can start working on your images. For now, I want you to go to Edgar JTV, subscribe, and you can leave comments, send me emails, and one thing, you can go anywhere. The girls are saying down here, actually on the right, you can subscribe right here in YouTube and be part of the channel, and that way you get notification every time we do new videos. I don't want you to get confused. Go out there, grab your camera, and only worry about the f-stop and the depth of field when you're doing this, okay? So guys, thank you for being there again, and keep following me, and I'll see you next time.